No, absolutely. I think the game is constantly evolving, and for us goalies, it's constantly getting more and more difficult for a lot of reasons. The equipment, obviously they made the equipment smaller on us there, and they want more goals. So by design, it's going to be harder for us goalies. So it's really important to try to adapt to that. I also think you're seeing a ton of guys from overseas that are coming in and really taking over the league. Like these Russian guys look great. So there's a lot to be learned from those guys. A lot of the Swedes for a long time were really good. The guys from Finland, I think there's something that you can take from pretty much anybody. And it goes for life too. Like anybody you meet on a day-to-day basis, there's something that they could teach you that you don't know. And that's the same thing in goaltending. Everyone has like their little tendencies that just kind of happened, organically in their development. And if you can pick those things out and maybe add a little piece of that into your game, you kind of become like a really well-rounded version of all the goalies that you watch, right? Especially when you're young. And you take little bits and pieces from everybody and you mix your own little things in there, and that kind of at the end of the day, that's your game in a nutshell. So I watch everybody. I'm a bit of a goalie enthusiast. I love hockey, as a sport in general. I like watching it, but I really like just watching the goalies, really. During a game, I'll usually just watch the goalies and what they're doing and try to pick up on little things, and I'll see something different, and that excites me. It's like, that's sick. Like that's clever, or that's like really good game plan that he's got, or whatever the case may be. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about as a goalie.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that you're a goalie and you can relate to some of this stuff, because sometimes I feel crazy talking to other people about this stuff, but
sometimes I forget I'm a goalie too. Makes you feel any better. Is there a guy that stands out in your mind? Because I know exactly what you're talking about, whether it's like with Bob shivving down a stick to get his hand down lower to get better on the flop.
Like that, yeah.
Those little details with the skating patterns. I know Artur Silov's, his skating warm-ups, like some of the, I don't know how to describe it, like an articulating pivot, but without a T-push, shuffling over, little stuff like that. And I ask myself, can I do that? And if I can do that, is that functional? And you're one of the guys that actually inspired me with the soft seal, like when RVH post-to-post flat, for those that maybe don't know, something that I absolutely could not do before I had surgery. And then seeing you do it, and then us talking about, the game's getting fast, it helps you just stay more neutral. And if you can be mobile in it, you cover more net, bad things happen, you'll still be somewhat okay. Like, is there something that comes to mind for you where you're like, okay, I'm going to take that, or maybe I want to try that. That's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I mean, there's countless things, to be honest. Even from like the way that you tie down your chest protector, and that stuff you only get to see if you're playing with a guy, obviously, in the dressing room. But just like these tiny little things at this level, it's the tiny little things that give you the advantage. So yeah, if I see a guy doing something that looks a little unorthodox or a little unordinary, I'll definitely like try it, or I'll ask him about it and see why they do it, and if it's going to give you an advantage, why not? Why not try it, and why not see if it works for you? I'm definitely not afraid to try almost anything. Some things won't work for me that work for other guys. But yeah, and then in terms of, strategy and technique and stuff too, you tend to watch the guys that are more your body type. Like I can't watch UC Saros play and be like, oh, I want to play like him, because he's just way more athletic than I am, and totally different body types and totally different style of play. So the guy like him or like Shesterkin, I watch them more and just like applaud them, and say like, I wish I could do that, but I can't. And then if I'm going to take something from my game, a lot of times it comes from a guy who's more, more similar to my body type. And like you said, stuff that I can actually implement, stuff that I can actually do, because there's guys that are far more athletic than I am and do things that I definitely could not get away with. So you gotta take that into account as well.
Is there a specific guy that comes to mind?
Well, Saros, like I just mentioned, is a big one. He's just his edges are crazy,
but like somebody like similar body type to you. You're like,
similar to me. Sorry. Yeah, Vasi is a big one. He's a big guy too, like me, long limbs, and obviously one of the best goalies in the league. Hellebuck is one, big guy as well. Stu Skinner. I love the way Skinner plays. I really love the way Skinner plays. And he had a heck of a run there with the Oilers. Obviously, just barely coming up short. But he's a guy that I'm really impressed with.
We appreciate his mustache for a second. I know we're talking goaltending, but that mustache is outrageous. That's gotta be one of the better ones of all time.
Yeah, I'd have to take a look. I don't know if I've seen that, but
Feed a family of 5 with that thing.
oh yeah, just kudos to him for a heck of a run. Kudos to Bob for winning the cup. He deserved it. That guy's been one of the best goalies in the league for a long time. So that was awesome to get to see him finally get a cup there too.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. We do a new podcast every single Sunday during the season called Sling the Biscuit. It is a non-mainstream hockey podcast, so we talk about my hockey career, the minor pros, Spain, the Fed, you name it, all the stuff that you won't hear in the mainstream news.
Music,
Pop culture,
politics, a little bit.
some politics. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.